Okay, so let's pull back the curtain on one of the most powerful technologies shaping our world right now, machine learning. Now, I know it sounds super complex, but what if I told you it's really just a handful of clever tools? Come on, let's open up the toolbox and see for ourselves.
Have you ever stopped to think about this? I mean, really think about it. You start typing a message and your phone just knows. It finishes your sentence for you. It's not magic, obviously, but man, it really feels like it sometimes, right? Well, that's a perfect everyday example of what we're talking about.
And yeah, that's the secret sauce. It's all powered by machine learning. But instead of thinking of it as this single, mysterious force, I want you to picture it more like a toolbox, one filled with different gadgets for very specific jobs. Today, we're going to open that box and take a good look at 4 of the most important tools inside.
All right, first up, our first tool tackles a really fundamental problem. How do you find something that just doesn't belong? That one piece of data that's acting weird. This is all about spotting the odd one out.
So this first tool is called anomaly detection. You can think of it like a digital detective, constantly scanning the scene, looking for anything that just doesn't quite fit in with everything else.
So its job really is pretty simple but incredibly powerful. Discover abnormal and unusual cases. Find the outliers. But why is that so important? Well, let's look at an example you've probably already experienced.
Here it is. This is the perfect one. So, you live in Chicago, right? But suddenly, bam, there's a charge on your credit card from a little coffee shop in Lisbon. Your bank system sees that and immediately flags it as an anomaly, a totally unusual case, and sends you that text alert. That is anomaly detection in action, literally protecting your money.
Okay, tool number 2. This one isn't about spotting what's weird from the past. It's about predicting what's going to happen next. We're actually teaching the machine to see a little bit into the future, all based on what's already happened. And this tool is called sequence mining. It's all about understanding a chain of events, a sequence, and then making a really good guess about what the next logical step is going to be. I mean, it's right there in the name, isn't it? It predicts the next event. And the key thing to get here is that it's not just about what happens, but the order in which it happens. That sequence is everything.
You see this constantly when you're shopping online. You add, say, a remote-controlled car to your shopping cart, and what happens? The website immediately suggests batteries. The system has looked at the sequences of thousands of other purchases and predicted that your next logical event is needing power for that new toy. It's so simple, but it's incredibly effective.
Now, let's get into what might be the trickiest, but honestly, one of the most powerful tools in the box. We are surrounded by just massive amounts of data. I mean, it's so much it can be completely overwhelming. So how do we boil all that down to what actually matters?
This amazing tool is called dimension reduction, and its whole job is to cut through that huge, chaotic sea of data and find the essential story, to find the signal in all the noise.
So its core function is to reduce the size of data. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds kind of boring or maybe just confusing. But the real magic is in how it does this. It's not just deleting information. It's intelligently simplifying it. Let me show you what I mean.
Okay, let's walk through this. Step 1. Imagine a store has hundreds of little data points about you. Messy, right? So for step 2, the algorithm sifts through all of it and starts to find patterns. It sees you often buy stuff that's on sale. You almost always use a coupon. You browse the clearance section. Then for step 3, it combines all those related behaviors into a single, powerful new label, Bargain Hunter. And boom, step 4. Instead of hundreds of details, there's just one clear trait. And just like that, the data is smaller, way faster, and 1,000,000 times more useful.
All right, on to our final tool. And this one is all about solving a problem we all have, the problem of too much choice. In a world with millions of songs, movies, and products, how on earth do you find the few that are absolutely perfect for you?
Our final tool is the recommendation system. And you can really think of this as your own personal shopper for your entire digital life. It learns your tastes and then goes out and finds other things it just knows you're going to love.
So how does it work? Well, the idea is actually pretty simple, but it's also kind of brilliant. It just associates people's preferences. See, it's not just about what you like, it's about finding other people out there who have tastes similar to yours, and then showing you what they like that you haven't discovered yet. And this is probably the one you interact with the most. I mean, come on. When Netflix says, because you watch this show, you might like that one, that's a recommendation system. When Spotify curates a Discover Weekly playlist that is so good it's almost creepy, yep, that's this tool right here, hard at work.
So there you have it. That's our toolkit. 4 incredibly powerful tools. We've got spotting the unusual with anomaly detection, predicting patterns with sequence mining, simplifying the complex with dimension reduction, and, of course, finding your favorites with recommendation systems. 4 very different tools, each with its own special job.
So the big thing to remember here is that this isn't some far-off, futuristic concept. From the fraud alerts that keep you safe to the playlists that just brighten your day, these tools are already hard at work, quietly making your experience of the world just a little bit smarter, a little bit safer, and a lot more personal.
Which really brings us to the most important question of all, doesn't it? We can see these tools at work every single day, shaping our world. But this is just the beginning. The real question is, what problem should we point this incredible toolbox at next? That's the challenge for all of us. Thanks for exploring this with me.